Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamond for Thursday, June 13th, 2024. I am Drew Martin breaking down the slate of games. We got some day action, some primetime games, and some West Coast late night action for this Thursday. Let me know in the comments below what your MLB picks are for today, where you agree, where you disagree, where you're watching from. Always cool to see different areas around the world tuning in, and smash that like button if you're liking the content, guys, as we are heading to our first matchup up. First game of the day, 1:05 Eastern in Baltimore, Maryland. We get the Atlanta Braves and the Baltimore Orioles. Cole Irvin going for the O's. Ronaldo Lopez going for the Braves. Total of 9. Baltimore anywhere from -110 to -117 as I'm talking in the 9 a.m. Eastern hour here on Thursday. Atlanta comes in 5 games over 500, but losing 5 straight here. They're now -10 units on the season, 10 games back of Philly in the NL East standings, and Baltimore 45-22. Third best record in baseball, 2.5 games back of the Yankees, up 12 units on the season, up over 70 units since opening day of 2022. What a great bet the Orioles have been for multiple seasons now. They've won 6 straight games coming in. Man, they are hot. We've been riding them, and we are not jumping off this Orioles money train. Now, Ronaldo Lopez going for the Braves. His numbers are good. 1.8 ERA, the 30-year-old Dominican, 62 strikeouts and 63 innings on the season. But this is going to be the best lineup he's faced all season long. He's up against Cole Irvin here, the lefty, 6'4", 220-pounder out of Oregon. The former Duck, a sub-3 ERA himself. And he's a guy where his worst 2 starts of the season were the first 2 starts of the season. So he's actually been really good of late. We get the better lineup overall. Baltimore's good against lefties. They smash righties as well. Number 2 hottest lineup in baseball over the last week, and a big bullpen edge here towards the O's. I think this number's short, guys. Orioles as low as -110 at home in daytime action. Let's jump on the O's over the Braves. Next one up, 2:10 Eastern time, New York Yankees, Kansas City Royals. Alex Marsh going for the Royals. Nestor Cortez, the lefty out of Hialeah, Florida, commanded a -150 price tag, actually as high as -160, depending where we're shopping. 10 in the hook being the total. The Yankees come in, best record in baseball, 49 wins already this season. It's only June 13th. They got a 700 win percentage. And they're 12-2 their last 14. If you want to step in front of the Bronx Bombers, be my guest. I'm not going to do it, guys, as they're up against the Royals. 9 games over 500 themselves, but they have dropped 4 straight. The first time this Royals team has lost 4 straight all season long, and they're off of a bullpen game yesterday. So we'll see if the late inning edge here, they can hang with them. I don't think so. I think the Yankees got the better bullpen here. Better lineup overall, number 1 lineup against righties, and Cortez on the hill, 3.6 ERA. He's up against Marsh, second rounder out of Arizona State, the former Sun Devil, 14 earned runs in his last 3 starts. He has not been throwing the ball all that great, just under 20 hits given up in those 3 starts. Now he's going up against the best lineup in baseball. Bronx Bombers keep bombing, guys. Let's lay the -150 with the Yanks in Kansas City to finish off the 4-game sweep. As we got 1:10 Eastern up next. Washington Nationals, Detroit Tigers from the Motor City. Casey Mize going for the Tigers. Patrick Corbin, the lefty, going for Washington. Total of 9. Looks like the Tigers -150 home favorites. This team usually isn't priced in this kind of price range. But, they got the former first pick overall out of Auburn, War Eagle, and Casey Mize. However, the righty, just under a 5 ERA. And in his last 4 starts, he's only gone 14 innings with 6 strikeouts and 8 walks. Man, he's on the wrong side of the strikeout walk ratio in his last 4 starts. I don't think he's going to have all that great of an outing here up against the Washington Nationals offense that will take the extra base. A lot of speed in this lineup. They've overperformed, their preseason metrics. They're now just 3 games under 500. Washington is very much in the mix in the National League playoff hunt. They've won 5 straight, plus just under 7 units in their last 5 games. This is a team that's been cashing plus price tickets all season long. One of the more profitable teams to bet on in all of baseball, plus 13 units on the season. And the Tigers not playing their best ball of late. They've lost 5 of their last 6. We get another game where the late innings should be on our side. You know, it's always a tricky handicap with the bullpens, but when you break it down the last 5 weeks, Washington is a top 5 bullpen, Detroit a bottom 10, and Washington's been better against righties. So I like Washington here. We'll bet it action. Patrick Corbin, Casey Mize, bet it action anyway, guys. We're on the Nats at another plus price here, plus 140 on the Washington Nationals. Heading to the night slate, up next, guys, we get the Chicago Cubs, Tampa Bay Rays, 6:50 Eastern start here. Justin Steele going for the Cubbies. Taj Bradley going for the Rays. Looks like minus 115. That's the Cubs as the short road favorite. 2 games under 500 for the Cubbies. Tampa comes in 4 games under 500 and also 5 games under 500 at home. This is a team in past years that has played very well at the Trop. Not so much this season. They got Taj Bradley on the hill, 1-4 on the year. He is off of back-to-back starts against the Baltimore Orioles. So, you know, don't want to kind of ping him too hard here to go against. But he has lost 3 of his last 4 starts. 23-year-old drafted out of high school. A lot of promise, high potential guy. He's one of those guys that's like 2 earned runs or less, or he's getting blown up for 5+. I think this Cubs lineup is pretty strong here. And Steele himself, a very good pitcher for the Cubs. I like betting on this kid. Back-to-back against the Reds in his last 2 starts. But in his last 3 starts overall, just 2 earned, given up with 20 strikeouts. He also has good numbers against Tampa Bay going off of last year's metrics. I think we get a good start out of Steele. I think the Cubs, minus 112 right now. This number's short, guys. Let's go on the Cubbies in the Sunshine State. 7:10 Eastern primetime matchup here in Fenway Park for our next game. Philadelphia Phillies, Boston Red Sox. Tanner Houck going for the Sox. Aaron Nola, going for the Phillies. Minus 115, that's the Phillies as the road favorite. 8 in the hook being the total. Philadelphia, 46-21. Second best record in baseball, only behind the Yankees. 8-3, their last 11, playing good baseball. They actually went over to London, came back, still won a couple games. They've been impressive overall, and Nola has been very impressive on the hill. 7 innings, blanking the Milwaukee Brewers his last time out. Only 2 hits given up. He's actually only given up 2 earned runs or less in 5 straight starts, going 6+ in all of those starts, 7+ in 3 of those starts, even a complete game. You know, it's 2024. We don't see pitchers go the whole way, the whole 9 very often. Well, he's done it. He's riding a hot hand here. Also, the Red Sox starter, Houck, he's riding a hot hand as well. 5 straight starts, 2 earned runs or less. It has been a little bit weaker strength of schedule, so we'll see if he can kind of step up in class against one of the better lineups in baseball in the Philadelphia Phillies. He did face the White Sox and the Detroit Tigers his last 2. I do think he'll pitch pretty well. Overall, 2 really good bullpens, both top 6 by my metrics. Phillies coming in at 5. We get Boston coming in at 6. So seeing 8 in the hook here, Thursday action in Fenway. I know it's kind of more of a hitter's ballpark overall, but I don't think this one gets the 9 runs, guys. I think it kind of finishes 4-3, 3-2, something in that ballpark. So we'll go under in the Phillies and Red Sox in Fenway. We got 2 West Coast games to get into as we'll head to the Pacific Northwest up next. 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 local time. Chicago White Sox, Seattle Mariners. Luis Castillo on the hill for the M's. The White Sox get Garrett Crochet, the big lefty, going for the Sox. 6.5 being the total, minus 160. That's the M's at home. Now we see this 6.5. We don't see a whole lot of 6.5s in today's MLB, but that really speaks to the starting pitcher for the White Sox. Now, the White Sox, we've gone over it a couple times, guys, 17-52 on the season. They're now under 250 win percentage. They're just 5-29 on the road, 5 wins in 34 road games. Man, it's tough to bet on this team, particularly when they're not playing in the South Side. They've lost 4 straight games. They're 3-22 their last 25, 2-18 their last 20. However, if you're ever going to look for a reason to bet on the White Sox, it's when Crochet's on the hill. If you've watched him pitch, he is impressive. First rounder out of Tennessee, the former Volunteer, 4 straight, 6 innings, 2 earned runs or less. Actually, if you go back to the end of April, he has 8 straight starts with 2 earned runs or less. It's very impressive. His last 46 innings, 7 earned runs, 26 hits, only 26 hits. His last 46 innings was 63 strikeouts. So he doesn't go all that deep. You know, it's a probably their best prospect overall. I mean, I guess he's not a prospect anymore, but their best kind of talent on this roster. They're not going to kind of use up a bunch of innings on that left arm too much. So I would look for him to go 5 or 6 strong innings and then Seattle to get to that bullpen. And guys, so that's the argument to kind of bet the White Sox with him on the hill if you're ever going to do it. I just can't bet on the White Sox. 17 wins here and more than it's almost 70 game mark and just 17 wins. Also going up against Luis Castillo for the M's. He's been good. However, off of his worst start, so bounce back mode, but 85 strikeouts on the season. And last year versus the White Sox, he had great numbers. 7 innings, just 1 earned run given up, 9-0 strikeout to walk ratio. So he dominated this White Sox lineup last season. Seattle's won 4 straight. I know we've been on them a couple times on the -1 run line, and it's pushed, but we're going to do it again. I mean, we haven't lost here, and the M's are 24-11 at home, 10 games over 500 overall. So laying -160. Don't love that number against a good pitcher. We'll go on the -1 line, which, hey, to put it in perspective, if you put $100 better, you'd put $60 on the M's -160 and $40 on the M's minus the 1.5 run line plus 140. That would get you to a -108, -1 line on the home team. We don't like laying the -1.5 with the home team. So that puts us on the M's -1, -108 here against the White Sox. 1 game left, guys. Do want to give a reminder, comment below. It helps out the algorithm. Also smash that like button if you're liking the content here. MLB picks in recap, guys. It has been an absolute money week for us. Yesterday, 5-2 plus over 3 units of profit for the week. That puts us 20 picks. We did have a couple pushes, including that Seattle -1 run line play yesterday, but 15-5 on the season, plus 10 units of profit. If you're saying, hey, wait, you got to take out the juice. Oh, that is with the taken out juice because we've hit a couple dogs as well. So plus 10 units of profit, 15-5 for the week. Hopefully another profitable day today. And if you like premium picks, today's a good day to check out WagerTalk.com. Drew Martin got a 5% max limit play up. So you can get the next 7 days for the discount, $77. WagerTalk.com, 5% play up and available. Last game up here, guys, for the Thursday slate. LA Angels, Arizona Diamondbacks, 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 Pacific time. Griffin Canning, 8.5 being the hook, -180. That is the Diamondbacks as the home favorite. I don't know, -180 with the D-backs, that seems a little bit high. I mean, they're 4 games under 500. Now, the Angels haven't had a great season. They haven't been playing great ball, just 26-41. But they're only 3 games under on the road. For whatever reason, they have not played very well there in Southern California. When they go on the road, they've hit a couple big plus price tickets. They got Canning on the hill. I have him circled as bet on. He's a guy, 2nd rounder out of UCLA. He's faced some tough lineups. He's faced the Orioles twice. He's faced the Yankees. He's faced the Phillies. And actually has 7 starts, 5+ innings, no more than 3 earned runs. So we're getting that kind of consistency out of Cannon. And since April, he's actually been a lot better. He had a rough go of it early on in his first 3 or 4 starts. He's been really, really good of late. So he's kind of got that elevated ERA. But of late, not too bad. Up against the D-back starter here, 13 earned runs, 20 hits in his last 3 starts, almost a 5 ERA himself. So laying minus 180 here with the D-backs, I don't see it, guys. And the thing that really put me on to the Angels is the Diamondbacks have a negative lefty-righty dichotomy happening in this game. They are the number 3 lineup against lefties, number 20, bottom 10 lineup against righties, and they're getting a pretty good righty in Canning. So with Canning pitching a lot better, that negative lefty-righty dichotomy happening with the D-backs lineup, I think the Angels, the big dog is barking late night in California, plus 160 on the Halos. Guys, in recap for the Thursday show, we are on the Halos, plus 160. The Mariners, -1, -108. We're on the under in Philadelphia and Boston of 8 in the hook. We got the Cubbies, -112. We got the Washington Nationals, big plus price dog again. Hopefully we get this one, plus 142 over the Tigers. We get the Yankees, -150, and the Baltimore Orioles starting us off, -115. That does it for Drew's Daily Diamond for Thursday. Smash that like button. Thanks for tuning in. Cash those tickets.